day like it's your last and never stop laughing. Because that's what Uncle Paul would have wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, October 22nd, 2021. I am Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the King of Afternoon Drive Radio. So are you ready, Clemaniacs? If so, then let's give it up for Clem in the PM.
Starting us off on this Friday edition of the Clem and the PM. Welcome, Clemaniacs, you two Clemaggots and Clemonkeys. I am Clem, and this is the Clem and the PM. Aldo Nova. I wanted that name for the longest time. I thought that was the coolest name. It is. I mean, Aldo Nova. That's a cool name. Fantasy Life, getting us started. My sister used to crank that tune. Wow, bringing me back to many years ago, to Trailer Park. Wow, just like that. That's what a song can do. It can take you back, as can a book. And for those of you on the YouTube and Facebook, you see this book, Confidence, How to Trust Yourself, Tame Your Inner Critic, and Shine in Any Spotlight. We will have the author, Patricia Stark, on today to discuss this book, Confidence. And all of you out there should listen in closely, because we all want to obtain that level of confidence. Not confidence, not Clemfidence. That's what I give you daily. I give you Clemfidence. But this is confidence. And Patricia Stark will talk more about it. And we'll be giving away one of her books for someone who's listening very closely to the interview. Within, woven internally in that interview, will be something special that, if you can remember that something special, you will be the winner of this confidence book. Actually, probably all you gotta do is call in and be the first caller. But anyway, we'll get to that later, along with our special guest, Patricia Finn. I am wearing a Functionally Insane t-shirt. Why? Because I am functionally insane. We're crazy. I mean, are you crazy where, like, you do nothing, you're insane, you should be locked in an asylum? Are you crazy where you're, like, too crazy? I mean, they should just, like, put drugs in you and, like, veg you out? Kevin says, turn my volume down a little bit. Now, Dave showed me yesterday how to do that. I played a video. Kevin said, Dave, are you going to take care of that, or do I got to play the video and see how to turn my levels down? Dave was here yesterday. We were messing around in the studio doing a lot of stuff. And I made a video because he said, if Kevin tells you to turn it down, this is what you have to do. So I made a video. Do I need to go? Let's go to the videotape. That was Warner Wolf, right? All right. I think Dave's going to take care of that. If not, during the break, I'll go to that. I'll move away from the mic a little bit further, and I'll lower my voice. But Functionally Insane. Not only is this sweatshirt comfortable, but it speaks volumes. Bottom first knob. Try it. My microphone. Which knob? There's 15 knobs in it. Bottom first knob. Kev, is that better? Is that better, Kev? Is this better?
That's better.
Okay, good. All right. While I have you on, how are you doing on this Friday?
I'm doing all right. Looking forward to the weekend. Got the good tomorrow, and, we got Do Off Dream Machine tonight, and, it'll be a good weekend.
You got Rangers hockey?
Yeah, tomorrow, but it starts while I'm here, so I'll catch the end of it when I get home.
All right, you got Knicks basketball?
Oh, yeah, the Knicks, yeah.
Right. Obi on the front page, on the back page today of the sports. I mean, they're saying nobody gets the garden going like Obi Toppin does. Of course, sadly, you have Giants football, which may bring your weekend down just a little bit. Well, actually, you want them to lose. At this point, you wouldn't even care if they lost every game. You're probably hoping that they do, just to assure that they get 2 top first-rounders.
Well, also because I want Gettleman fired, and so that way a new GM can take over and do the picks himself.
Wait. Let me ask something. Be honest. At this point, they're 1-5, right? Or 1-4? 1-5, okay.
1-5.
Short of winning out every game this season, I mean, realistically, looking at the competition they have, getting a kind of pulse on what they're going to finish as, which is going to be an uncompetitive team with a losing record, do you actually think they would let Gettleman come back? I mean, unless Daniel Jones has a breakout season, which we're already 6 games into it, his last game was one of the worst of his career. So all that talk about him finally showing this and that, I think that wore off within 6 days. And you think Gettleman, under these circumstances right now, and nothing's improving, has a chance of coming back next year? Tell me yes, please, because as a Cowboy fan, I would love it.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what Giants ownership is doing, so I'm not sure if they might look at Gettleman as being the guy to fix everything, but he's the one that screwed it up. So I'd like to see him go, but there is a possibility he stays.
Wow. I mean, that's good because I could see them drafting a punter in the first round. You know, this guy's got the foot of
Exactly.
like, you know, Adonis, whatever. Yeah, no, that's cool. All right. So you're looking forward to a good weekend. Tomorrow, 12 to 1, The Good, catch Kevin. And if you can't catch the show, you can always hear the podcast where Spotify and wherever you get your podcast. Correct?
Yep, that is correct.
All right. So I am pumped up. It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's family time. It's soccer time. It's cheer time. It's all this great stuff. It's Oktoberfest time. I am so pumped up. Halloween around the corner. Halloween on TV. I am feeling quite excited. I got a lot of good stuff. 420, Patricia Stark going to talk about confidence. I was going to say confidence. I can't even pronounce the word right. You know what it is? It's weird because I turned around, but I was looking at the screen and it didn't hit it backwards, but it just threw me off. If you're not watching on YouTube, you really wouldn't understand what threw me off. But anyway, like our Facebook channel, that's a given. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which, by the way, we went from 50 to 73 in a few weeks. Listen, not that I'm not bragging about 73 followers. What I'm saying is this. I appreciate the love. And I know it's going to keep growing. There's no doubt about it. When we get on, I got 3 great interviews that I'm saving until we really get things up to par. One is with Giant favorite who's going to recap the season. Dave, the funny thing is I'm holding my breath. I'm trying to hold my breath during the segment, and it must be backfiring. I'm going to have LPG, Joe Ruback, come on, recap the Giants season for us. So he will put a post out. Hey, I'm going on the show. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to their YouTube channel. Ton of Giant fans. We'll get a couple. My next guest is going to be former student and world grappling champion Jonathan Torres, who's going for his 3rd ADCC championships. Abu Dhabi, the home of grappling. Jonathan is a 2-time ADCC Abu Dhabi combat champion. Not many people get single championships, let alone double. He's going for his 3rd. He was a former student of mine. We're going to talk about his journey from kid who thought he was going to play basketball, got cut from the basketball team, went to jiu-jitsu, fell in love with jiu-jitsu. I'm not allowed to do that anonymously because a big part of our collections here is paid advertising from politicians. So God forbid I were to do that. That would be the end of the CLEM show. Yeah. We can't offer politicians airtime for free. It's just a policy here that is across the board. They, you know, if they wanted to come on and promote like I'm going to this fundraising event, you know, where they're selling cookies and we're going to be there, or we're going to this bowling event. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. That's one thing, but they cannot absolutely not get airtime for free because believe it or not, the biggest chunk of our yearly revenue is probably this time of the year from politicians who run their advertisements, who buy shows to talk about, you know, what they're doing, and those running for those seats. So that one, I got to shoot you down. And listen, Because I love you. I'm telling my wife tomorrow to get a small can of crunchy peanut butter. We got honey in the house. Sunday morning, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to try the English muffin with crunchy peanut butter and honey. Now, the peanut butter's got to go downstairs to my mom's house. Can't come upstairs. And if I don't like it, I'm just going to toss it in the garbage. But I'm going to try that combination. It's been on my mind. All right. 3:23 already. Oh my God, we are so late for this break. We just started and I'm 3 minutes behind on the break. I can't believe it. We'll be right back. Clem and the PM.
With local news, local traffic, and local weather, if you like local, you'll love AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Suez Update is a monthly show designed to keep Suez customers informed about the company's activities and events. Special focus on water conservation. In on the first Tuesday of the month at 7:30, Suez Update segment with Steve and Jeff during the morning show. And on the third Tuesday of each month at 9 a.m., following the news for the Suez Update show. You'll learn about important issues like water quality, water conservation, and the company's ongoing efforts to support community and nonprofit groups in Rockland. Learn more at SuezConserve.com. Suez Update here on WRCR AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
Life sometimes appears to be on a downbeat path. Emotional distress, trauma, suicidal thoughts. There is free help available. The Behavioral Health Response Team of Rockland County, BHRT, is available 24/7 for any behavioral health need. Call 845-517-0400 or visit rocklandhelp.org. You can also catch Tracy and Andrew from BHRT on the first Thursday of the month at 10 a.m. for their show, The Beats on Behavioral Health.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And what's mission? Eye and tissue donor.
Are you an organ donor?
What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant, made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Be sure to listen for Who Wants to Be a Volunteer, a program dedicated to the recruitment and retention of volunteer firefighters and EMS personnel here in Rockland. Every Friday morning following the 9 o'clock news and weather on WRCR. The show is co-hosted by Director of Emergency Services Chris Keir. Gordon Wren, now retired from that position, but still a staunch activist for the safety and security of our volunteer firefighters. And Justin Schwartz, another outspoken advocate for our volunteers. That's Friday morning following the 9 o'clock news for Who Wants to Be a Volunteer. Sponsored by Spring Valley Hook and Ladder Company, number 1. Bring out the fire in you.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Weather.
It's another October gem across the lower Hudson Valley. Highs in the low 70s and partly sunny skies. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies and lows mild 55 to 60 degrees. Then on Saturday, the nicest day of the weekend, in fact, highs between 65 and 70 degrees and partly sunny skies, and then mostly cloudy Sunday with a few showers and highs in the mid-60s. It could be a nor'easter, the first one of the season, on Monday into Tuesday with some heavy rain and wind. For AM 1700 WRCR, this is meteorologist Mark Hannock.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current 7.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America. It's our home, sweet
Yes. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe it. My segment is almost derailed because of the mute button. I caught it, but it caught me. But I caught it back early enough. I'm back. I only said 3 words, but nonetheless, the mute button got me. It only gets a quarter of a point. I'm back. I am the king. And I am back, and I am wearing a red, white, and blue hat because I love the United States of America. This is the greatest country to ever be in, bar none. I know there's good food in Europe, nice waters, seas, and whatnot. Caribbean, bar none. United States of America. This is the place to be. Beautiful, functionally insane sweatshirt I'm wearing, by the way. Very comfortable, and it speaks volumes. We're all crazy, as I was saying before, but do you get it done? Or at least somewhat. Functionally insane. Cloth for the crazed. That's all of us. All right. America. What can I say that hasn't been said? The greatest country ever. Some people are delusional. Some people are dumb. Some people are ding-dongs. Believe me, send them to Russia. Send them to China. Please do it. Send them to Pakistan. Please. America the beautiful. We bless it every day. Now, I got to tell you something. A guy like this, respect. I got mad respect. I don't respect a lot of people. I don't. I need my mouse, Dave. Dave, I need my mouse. Oh, my God. I can't get my news article open. Let me open my news article. Thank you. Okay, you can take it back now. Thank you. Now, this is technology. This is insane. Like, I do what I do. I entertain some. I drive some nuts. I invest. Dave is trying to fix the audio. All right, that's what he's doing. We're trying to fix stuff. Again, as we advance, sometimes we hit bumps, but not a problem. All right. I respect this. Wait. I need my mouse. I got to pull my article. How do I pull the article down? I need my mouse. Mousy. Hello, Mousy. Here's some cheese. All right. That should be enough. Okay. I respect this guy. When you got enough, what's that word? Will, what word would you throw out now? What word would Will throw out? I mean, they just roll off his tongue. When you have enough pride, enough dignity, pride, dignity, respect, love. Yes, these are all words. They just roll off my tongue. A DC comic artist quit his job. That's right. He quit his job because of the way that DC Comics is changing Superman's decade slogan, as well as making the character bisexual. Now, we'll get into that, but the main thing, the reason why he's fed up, I love this guy. He says, I just knocked over a jar. You don't need to know that it was a jar of floor. Oh my God, my cookies. I need to get up my cookies. I got a jar of cookies on the floor. Oh my God, during the break, I got to pick up my cookies. They're all over the floor. Oh my God. Anyway, he says,
Repeat?
Yes.
Real quick, we have a caller with special PSA he wants to say.
Public service announcement by a caller. Let's stop the show and let's hear what this important PSA is. Yes, caller.
Hey, how you doing, Pete? You lured me in yesterday. What can I say? So, listen, okay, I don't know how many people are aware of it, okay, but starting October 24th, just a few days from now, you live in Rockland, Westchester, you try to make a local call, have to include the area code. Otherwise, your call will not go through. The reason for it is that they institute a new way for people to call for emergencies. It's like a shorter number now, which I don't have it here. I'm sure you can find out.
Isn't it 911? Isn't 911 an emergency?
No. Something else, something to do with abuse of people or something like this.
Right. Okay. All right. So why are they making our job harder to when we have to dial a phone call now? The 845.
You know what? That's a good question, and I am on your side here. But you should address it to our distinguished president. President Biden or Kamala Harris, and you can ask him this question. Why did you... Lamont.
First of all, this is Lamont, a new addition to Clemville. Welcome back. Now, I don't have that power yet. Maybe my buddy Obi Toppin, he plays for the Knicks. Maybe when he does his interview, he could say something addressing that. But I don't have that clout right now, Lamont. I'm only famous in Rockland.
And I thought that you are the man.
I am the man. I am the king. You understand? I am the king of Clemville. I am the man. But my reach, I am only somewhat delusional, Lamont. I am not totally delusional to think that I could reach out to Biden. If I could, I would talk to him a lot more than this adding a 3-digit number. I want to know why gas prices are so high. I want to know why surplus stinks. I can't get anything. Everything is back ordered, stuck on these cargo ships. I want to know why he's going to start checking my bank account to see if I'm doing transactions. They should mind their own business. I got much more important things to talk to Biden about than the 3-digit thing. This is something you got to call Lamont. You've only been tuning in for a few days. You understand? That's above my pay grade, stuff like that. I can't take care of that. I talk about bagels and English muffins and Bigfoot and things like that. Lamont, come on now.
That's a good topic, bagels and English muffin, okay? Hey, listen, that makes our tummy feel good, okay? So keep going there, okay? No problem. I just want people who listen to you, and I'm sure there's a nice audience there. Be aware. Comes the 24th, which is a few days from now here. Going to try to make a local call. Going to try just dialing the regular number. It will not go through. You'll have to include the area code. 845 and 914. It was in a paper this week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't read the paper, but listen, I appreciate you informing us. You are You are like a news reporter here in Clemville. You informed us. We're going to be. Some people are going to be shocked because they're not listening. I only have about 10 listeners, Lamont, so it's not a big crowd here in Clemville. But that being said, I appreciate it. Now, I got a question for you. Are you celebrating the Sabbath?
Not more than anybody else.
But do you celebrate the Sabbath? Like, is tonight your Sabbath?
I don't know. You know it exists.
All right, well, I'm leading to this. Do you have any kugel at your house? I love kugel, you know, and I mean, anytime you want to invite me over for the Sabbath, I love kugel. I love to prayer. I'm always available. Thank you. Thank you. I'm basically inviting myself over to Lamont's house.
Good man. You know, keep talking about bagels and all kind of other goodies.
I'm being serious at Fort. Listen, stay tuned. 420. I have Patricia Stark. I do better interviews than Katie Couric, okay, and Matt Lauder. Wait till you hear my interviews. You're gonna hear the serious side. They call me Clem Cronkite, okay? So stay tuned.
Great. Take care.
Take care, Lamont. Happy Sabbath. All right, here we go. Now I'm back to the DC Comics thing because this has to do with America. I can't bypass this. You know, he says I'm tired of this. And he curses at the F-bomb. Nonsense. The company changed Superman's slogan. I just found this out. I'm so PO'd myself. I just found this out. I'm very upset. They changed it from truth, justice, and the American way. They changed it to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. I give that a double. No, you know what? A triple. Truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. I'm switching to Fios. That's it. Who's got Fios out there? I mean, who went from Optimum to Fios? Are you happy? Anyone have any problems with Fios? I can't take it anymore. All right, it's driving me nuts. But, all right, let me put that down. Thank you, Kev. All right. Now, this is BS. I can't believe that. I'm offended on myself. And I don't get offended at stuff, but I'm offended when they attack America. I got no problem with him being bisexual. Honestly, I got no beef with that. I got a bigger beef with them changing the slogan, truth, justice, and the American way, to a better tomorrow. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm down for a better tomorrow, but a better tomorrow is the American way. What is going on? I commend this guy, Gabe Etalb, who quit during YouTube. Now, I put in my ads, I put out there, I'm looking for a lot of people to join the team. I don't care if what their sexuality, their color. All I care is they're committed to growing the show. Someone's coming along that will reach out to this Gabe Etalb guy, and we can get him for an interview. Because I would love to have this guy on and just tell him, dude, God bless Clemerica. You are the king. You are the true king of America. I'm the king of radio. You are the king of America. That's what I'm too busy to do that. First of all, I got to pick up my cookies. What time? Oh my God, we're almost late for the break again. We are late. It's what we do around here. But I don't want to be 4 minutes late for the break. I only want to be 2 minutes late for the break, which we are. We're going to take a break. I love this guy. He should start a GoFundMe. I'll contribute. I would. I mean, $20. I'm not giving like $5,000, but $20 will get him a nice meal somewhere. But I mean, I'm down with this, man. Much respect. God bless America. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Woo!
Pull up a chair or a cubicle and spend some time with us. We're AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
We all want to live healthier lives and make good decisions. Join me, Carrie Potter, on the second Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, a health series brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Each show will feature a different health topic and specialist. Your calls and questions are welcome. That's the second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. for House Calls. Brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
I'm Tina Traster, editor and publisher of the Rockland County Business Journal. The need for local journalism is critical. rcbizjournal.com is a 24/7 digital news source covering local news stories about the economy, retail, real estate, local entrepreneurs, and more. Sign up for our professional business directory. Check out our commercial real estate listings. We deliver in-depth analysis every Monday at 9:15 with Jeff and Will on The Morning Show. And visit rcbizjournal.com to receive our free daily newsletter.
Sponsored by Leonard Burbrower.
I'm Leonard Burbrower, a practicing personal injury attorney in Rockland County and the Hudson Valley. If you've had an accident, a fall down, or a work-related accident, I'm the person to see. 914-672-3775. I'm conveniently located in New City and available 24/7. The lawyer you choose can make a difference. Let me have the privilege of being that lawyer. Find me on Instagram and Facebook. 914-672-3775. I look forward to hearing from you.
Marcello's Ristorante in Suffern offers unparalleled Italian cuisine in both small and large plates, as well as an extensive wine and cocktail menu. Visit marcellosgroup.com for reservations, find out about their cooking class, chef's table, and elegant events catering. Bring home Marcello's hand-picked products, extra virgin olive oils, seasonal pasta, and more. Marcello Russo DeVito is live on the morning show every Friday at 8:45 a.m. Call in with your cooking questions and find out about the latest specials. Visit marcellosgroup.com.
Are you self-motivated, creative, and persistent? WRCR is seeking sales account executives to help bring in new clients and create successful radio campaigns and digital promotions on a commission-only basis with excellent earning potential. If you're interested in joining our sales team, please email me, Kerry, Kerry, at WRCR.com. And hey, college students, this is a great opportunity to gain sales experience in the exciting world of radio.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. 287 westbound from Westchester Avenue to Goldwood Road through lanes is stop and go fine. 684 in Katona northbound from Route 35 to Route 116. That's stop and go. Sawmill northbound from the Taconic to Route 20. The road reduced lane for on. This report sponsored by SmartMap, the only mouthwash device deal. You check the news, you check with your friends, check your mask. But wait, did you get breath? Get SmartMap. That provides 24 hours of fresh breath with just a day. Find SmartMap anywhere you shop or get 20% off at smartmap.com. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Amy.
Weather.
It's another October gem across the lower Hudson Valley. Highs in the low 70s and partly sunny skies. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies and lows mild 55 to 60 degrees. Then on Saturday, the nicest day of the weekend, in fact, highs between 65 and 70 degrees and partly sunny skies, and then mostly cloudy Sunday with a few showers and highs in the mid-60s. It could be a nor'easter, the first one of the season, on Monday into Tuesday with some heavy rain and wind. For AM 1700 WRCR, this is meteorologist Mark Hannock.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temp?
Hey man, where'd you get that lotion?
What company uses that song in their ads? 845-429-1700. What company uses that song in their advertisements? 845-429-1700. First caller, you are going to get nothing. Zippo. Absolutely nada. But you have the thrill of knowing that you answered the question here in class. All right? 845-429-1700 if you know the answer. Now, I'm going to get to my story shortly that has to do with that song. But let's see who could play along, all right? Who knows? Now, you could hit me up many ways. All right, let's see. Let me see.
Pete?
Yeah, Kev?
Yeah, we got Franny on the line.
Franny, what's going on, Franny?
Hi, Clem. It's not Franny.
It's Margie.
And I'm not calling about the song.
No, I figured you weren't. What are you calling for, Margie? How are you?
I'm okay, Clem. And how are you? Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling much better. I'm about 91%. I'm almost there.
You got to be 100, not 91.
I know, no, believe me, I'm usually at 180%. I would be happy with 100%. Don't worry, like I said, I'd like to. Reading this book, Confidence, I feel as if I need to slow down a little bit. I need to be more calm in my life. Reading the first chapter, I just had an incident outside with my kids, and I was calm about it. It was the book, I'm telling you, 420.
Very good.
All right, what do you got for me, Margie?
Very good. I want to know, are you telling me the truth about the changing the slogan for Superman?
Yes.
I can't believe this.
Yes, it's true. Are you believe? I'm offended.
Now.
I'm offended.
I am too.
You're offended.
I am too. This is a cartoon carrier. What else are they going to go and do? This is crazy.
Margie, we should start a march and march to DC. We should wear comic outfits. You want to be Wonder Woman and I'll be Iron Man?
That sounds good to me.
Thank you.
I mean, this is crazy.
It is. No, actually, this is what America's come to. This is the dwindling down of America. It's crazy. You have, I'm sure, been through a lot of times, a whole lot, and you've seen a lot. I'm sure you've never seen this, the almost like the hatred for America from Americans. It's crazy.
Yes, and who did it?
Joseph Stalin is behind it.
Who? Are they talking about
Hillary.
It? I mean, is it really been done, or they're just talking about it?
No, they're doing it. They're doing it. Let me see. Let me see if it's officially done. Here we go. Let me pull up the article because I got DC Comics. DC Comic quits. Let's see. He says, okay, let's see here. He announced it on YouTube. I'm tired of this. And they changes it, but he confirmed related to the changes. I'm tired. Yeah, he said, speaking about the change, he said it's a change. It was done. Yeah, it's a change. Change is done.
Oh, my God.
I'm offended.
Oh, my God.
I know. Listen, I'm going to have some drinks tonight to get over this. I'm offended.
Have one for me.
I will. Listen, I will. I got... What?
If I give you my email, can you send me a copy of it?
Dave, are you listening? Yeah, listen. That's above my... honestly, I don't want to sound stupid, but... I'm nervous right now. Like I'm playing with my strings because you got me nervous because that's something I don't think my wife could probably send me your email. My wife could, or kids could probably do it. I could cut out I could have Terry print out the article and leave it in your mailbox, but I can't. I'm not that. I seem like a smart guy, but really I can't do that. But yeah. I know, Kathy, wow. All right, even Kathy says, wow, she can't believe this. Or are you saying, wow, because I'm that stupid? All right, let me go, Margie. I love you. Have a good weekend.
I have
What?
I have a friend who's in with comic books and stuff. He runs a comic book convention. I will get a hold of him and ask him about it. All right, and I will let you know. Okay, bye-bye, Kevin. Clem and Kevin. Goodbye.
Bye, Franny.
Bye-bye.
Margie, just busting with you. I know it was you. I'm just busting with you. All right. Yeah, I'm insulted. I'm even more insulted about this. Check this out. This ain't how it's done in America. Oh my God, let me tell you. Good thing I ain't got my Rambo shotgun on. I'm telling you, I would be going like postal right now. Just, brrr. This is a failure in production. I should have Rambo on right now, shooting bullets. I'm going to give myself. Yep, I failed. I know. But how much can one man do in the studio? I need a sidekick. Like, I need a little monkey in here to help me. Like, could you train a monkey to hit some buttons? Because I saw on Facebook, they're selling, I forgot what it's called. What is it called? There was a name for it. It was like not a Siamese monkey, a something monkey for sale. I'm like, could I train this monkey to go on top of chimneys with like a drone and take pictures? Like, I'm thinking that would be a great thing if I had a pet monkey, Pete's chimney, put him in a top hat and tails. All right, so a waitress says two Chinese Americans stormed out of the diner and told her, "We are not paying for this. Chinese people singing the American national anthem is so infuriating, and we are not paying," and left with over $100 worth of unpaid food. Now, there was a group in there that began singing the U.S. national anthem during a fundraising event for Mike Fong. Fong is running as a state assembly member for California's assembly district. This is just something that probably anonymously would only understand. You know, when I said Mike Fong, you know what I was thinking of anonymously. That's all. All right, give you a good chuckle over there. So now, Chinese people singing the American national anthem is so infuriating. Why is that? I think that's beautiful. Like, I find that beautiful. Chinese people singing the American national anthem, to me, speaks volumes. For someone to think that, like, it's a good thing that wasn't my restaurant. I don't know if Chef is still tuning in on Facebook. Chef, if this was your restaurant, I would run out with that big type, what's that big hatchet type of thing you use? Like when you're cutting up stuff. It's like a machete, not a machete. It's like a cleaver. That's what it is, a cleaver. I would run after these guys with a cleaver and demand my money, or I'm taking it back in fingers and hands and using that stuff in the next soup broth. I'm telling you, like, who thinks they have the right to run out on a hardworking family business because someone sang "God Bless America," the U.S. national anthem? You know what I'm saying? Go back to your country. Go back to your country. Walk out on a restaurant. Don't pay for it and see what happens. They'll probably put you in a firing range within an hour for stealing. Cut off your head, your hands, your feet, something. But in America, you're allowed to do that. And when you get arrested, they take a picture of you and they let you out in an hour. So you can go to the next restaurant and do it again. You know, you could actually eat for free, like all weekend long. Go to a restaurant, just walk out. I'm not paying. They're going to call the police. They're going to arrest you. You get to go to the police station. Of course, they're going to let you use the bathroom. They're not going to let you, like, in your pants and like smell up the joint. So you're gonna go and eat a meal, you're gonna go to the bathroom, you're gonna hang out. They probably got TV in there, and then they're gonna let you out. Now you go to another place, you do it again, they let you out another couple hours, you go to Denny's, you get some breakfast at 2 a.m, you do it again. Like, what happened to this world? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what happened to the United States of America. 429-1700. Yes, Kathy, that is the number. You're going to call in. Kathy's upset, very upset. I'm very upset about D.C. changing that. For real, Margie's upset. I know people are upset. What's going on with this world? Someone got to be smacked, honestly. We got to smack some sense into some people. I'm not saying we got to go back to the day of roughhousing, but a little belt action never hurt nobody. Some people need the belt. Some people need the back fist. Some people actually literally need a pile driver. This world is just gone, I don't even want to say backwards, because it's just gone to a place where I've never seen. I can't say backwards. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, we're coming up to the 4 o'clock. Alex Baldwin, I feel bad for him. I do. Not that I'm a fan of his. I feel bad for him that Alec Baldwin, that shooting accident, I don't think he knew what was going on. I mean, it was a loaded thing. It shouldn't have been. It was crazy accident. So that's my thoughts on that. Now, I started this segment with the Royal Caribbean theme song, Lust for Life. My wife and I have been on many cruises, pre-kids, some with the kids, usually Disney ones, which are cool, very good. Don't get me wrong, I love them. But I like the casino. I like the action of the other ones, especially Royal Caribbean. We were on Princess Cruises when we first met a couple of them. Oh, Sabatini's. I love that place. All you can eat Italian. It's like a 15-course meal. They actually let me go back to my room, do what I got to do in my room, come back, build up an appetite, eat another 4 courses. I went back to my room, do what I got to do, build up an appetite, come back, eat another 4 courses. I swear this is the truth. At the end of the night, I was so plumped up leaving. I had to run back to the room with my wife in tow. Get there, open the door. Luckily, I got into the bathroom and just heave-hoed. It came out. It was projectile. Like 18 courses just came out in seconds. I love cruises. I love them. They're a portable party. I don't need to go far. I love being on the water. It's spooky. Believe me, especially if that boat, it hits something, you're going down, and we're in the middle of the dark nowhere. You get sick, you got to be flown out. I've seen people be lifted up by helicopter. Like they put them on a bucket, like a little sled, tie them up and lift them up. God forbid that thing snaps and you fall into the ocean, strapped up to this sled, you're going down. They ain't saving you in the middle of Alaska in the water. 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. The fear I have, but I put that fear aside and I love cruises. Check this out. Royal Caribbean. This is insane. They are coming up with a 274-night cruise. 8 months, just about. 8 months of cruising. The ultimate world cruise. 7 continents. That's insane. From December 10th, you're spending Hanukkah, Christmas, to September 10th. December 10th, 2023 to September 10th, 2024. 65 countries, 11 wonders of the world. 61,000 per person for an interior stateroom, or 112,000 per person for a junior suite. That's insane. I can only dream that I would do that. Let me tell you something. After my kids, they're on their own, yo, listen, college or business, whatever you want to do, that's it. I'm done with you. I'm cutting you off. Nothing. Don't even look to me. Don't call me for money. You're done. You're an adult. Dad started when he was young, and I made what I made of myself. Not much. You're going to do more, but leave me alone. I'll be back in 8 months. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing that. I'm taking off. I'll be back 8 months. Mommy's coming. I don't know if she's coming or not. Maybe for 4 months, 8 months. I know she's probably coming for 8 months. She's a retired teacher. This is what we're doing. $120,000 for 8 months. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's something I would love. Now, wait, do I say to myself, $120,000, 8 months of cruising? Or is that halfway up to the moon? $250,000 get you to the edge of the earth. I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know much.
But I know the first hour's over with 2 minutes overtime. We'll take a quick cruise. Cruise, yes, I wish. Michael, hey, wait. Michael H. joining the YouTube chat? All hail Michael H. All hail. I need an all hail sound effect, for now. Yes, that's a hail. That's almost hail. All hail Michael H. Welcome him to the top chat, to the YouTube chat. Michael, welcome. 9 carnivals and 1 Royal Caribbean. That's nice. I went on a carnival. That's where I met Hoist Gracie. That's where I was nicknamed the Tank. That's where he sanctioned me, one of his representatives. My wife treated me to a great cruise. That's where it got that was my flavor, my initial flavor for cruising, and I fell in love with it on a carnival cruise. All right, Michael H., welcome to Clemville via YouTube chat. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Woo!
AM 1700 WRCR, Ramapo.
You remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? Well, they're back. Hi, everybody. This is Brian David, Bob Trevero. I'll be hosting the Do Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM, streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard. Once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. You say it, and I'll play. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRC.
Hi, I'm Claire Sheridan from the Historical Society of Rockland County. Tune in to the next episode of Crossroads of Rockland History on Monday, October 18th, right after the WRCR Morning Show, when Ralph Blauvelt will join me to speak about his new book, 400 Years in America, 17th Century Immigrant Ancestors. This is the story of the first immigrant settlers in New Netherland, some of whom are Blauvelt's own ancestors. Their lives are reconstructed from the documents they left behind, and their stories are those of strangers in a strange land trying to build a new life. I hope you will tune in. That's Monday, October 18th at 9:30 a.m. Crossroads of Rockland History is a program of the Historical Society of Rockland County. Visit our website at rocklandhistory.org to find out about membership, events, and programs. That's rocklandhistory.org. Or call us at 845-634-9629.
Hello, Hudson Valley. It's Friday, October 22nd, 2021. I'm Connolly with RCR News. Disability advocates and other groups are suing the federal government over the Social Security Administration's move to close its local offices during the pandemic. The suit represents 5 New Yorkers who utilize Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, which helps low-income older adults and people with disabilities. In March 2020, Social Security closed all of its offices, making it difficult for recipients to report any financial changes. The suit also challenges Social Security's streamlined waiver process, which was supposed to wipe out financial penalties for overpayment early in the pandemic. Danielle Tarantolo, director of the Special Litigations Unit at New York Legal Assistance Group, says the waiver failed to address the pandemic-related SSI issues.
Our clients tried repeatedly to take advantage of this streamlined process and get a quick waiver so that they could maintain their full benefits. And over again, they were unsuccessful.
Representatives for New York's SSI recipients says they hope the lawsuit leads to improved waiver process. Social Security offices around the country remain closed to the public except in emergency situations. The federal government has 60 days from filing to respond to the lawsuit. The town of Clarkstown will be featured this week on a special national TV program that spotlights unique green projects around the country. Supervisor George Holman says the town's solar field at the landfill in West Nyack, which has been in operation since 2015, will be featured in the program. Holman says the town has saved a great deal of money with the solar field, so they're looking to expand it elsewhere around the town.
We're looking at solar over at our highway garage. We're looking at solar at some of our other buildings. And frankly, we're looking at the opportunity and the potential for solar canopies over at several of our community centers and at Jermons Park. We're excited about it because these are all things and initiatives that will have a big impact. Number one, they'll save money for our tax-paying residents. Number two, they're going to help lead the way to a cleaner, greener community right here in Clarkstown and in our state.
The program, The Power of Solar and Wind, The Road to Carbon Neutrality, premieres on the Discovery Channel at 6 a.m. tomorrow. The North Rockland Park has been renamed for Rockland's former longtime county clerk, who passed away last year. Haverstraw Bay Park was officially renamed Paul Piperato Haverstraw Bay Park at a presentation earlier this month. He and Rockland Sheriff Lou Falco were childhood friends.
Dedicated family man, community-minded,
Volunteer to deliver Meals on Wheels, people to feed the hungry. Past president of the New York State County Clerks Association. The naming of this magnificent park is most deserving. To Paul's family, thank you for sharing him with us.
Rockland County Legislator Michael Grant said while a new sign at the park entrance may bear his name, it doesn't tell the whole Paul Piperato story.
Paul touched so many lives in so many positive ways. He's still very much with me, but I'm sure he is with all of you. 10, 15, 20 years from now, inevitably, someone will ask, who was Paul Piperato, and why was this wonderful riverfront park named for him? I hope that one of us will be around to tell them his many accomplishments, the greatest of which was to be so extraordinarily well loved.
Paul's niece Alexa said all the kind words that have been spoken about him have meant a great deal to his family.
My uncle loved his job, and he loved helping everyone around him. He wanted to improve Rockland County as much as he could. It didn't matter who you were, you always knew that Paul Piperato was in your corner. He'll always be remembered and have a special place in everyone's heart.
Is located at 21 Gagan Road in West Haverstraw. Early voting begins for the general election for New York and New Jersey this weekend. Here in Rockland, it will start at 9 a.m. and go until 2 p.m. for Saturday and Sunday. You can get out and cast your vote at one of the 4 voting centers at the Clarkstown, Haverstraw, Orangetown, and Ramapo town halls. Early voting runs through to October 31st. For the full list of dates and times, be sure to check out www.rocklandgov.com. For more news and follow us on Twitter, our website, WRCR.com. Don't forget to tune in to CLEM in the PM weekdays from 3 to 5.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. 287 westbound from Westchester Avenue to Knollwood Road through White Plains is stop-and-go ride. 684 in Katona northbound from Route 35 to Route 116. That's stop-and-go. Sawmill northbound from the Taconic to Route 120. The road reduced to 1 lane for ongoing construction. This report sponsored by SmartMap, the only 24-hour mouthwash with twice daily use. You check the news, you check with your friends, you check your mask, but wait, did you check your breath? Get SmartMouth, the only mouthwash that provides 24 hours of fresh breath with just 2 rinses a day. Find SmartMouth anywhere you shop or get 20% off at smartmouth.com/radio. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Amy Salerno.
Weather. Fortune. Mostly all around. Saturday at 20. Otherwise, mostly 59%, partly with the low around. Sunday, mostly near 60. Monday, otherwise, mostly 50% down. Otherwise, the weather forecast.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 67.
The following program is furnished by its producer, host, and sponsors.
Welcome back, Clemaniacs. This is Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the second hour of Clem in the PM. Here's your host, Pete Clemente.
just like laid the biggest floogie out of my throat, man. It's like a big old clam. You know, you don't want to hear that, but you don't want to hear that. All right, we are back here. The Doors. Getting us started as always in the second hour. Jim and the boy. I would have gotten into the Doors much earlier. But the same cousin that was telling me about the Doors, he's about a year or two older than me, when we were 7, 8, yo, the Doors, you got to listen to the Doors. This was the same cousin that would puke and then take the puke and eat it. Yes. So am I to then listen to the Doors? I swear I thought that's what would happen to me. I'm like, there's no way. The Doors must be some cult-like music that makes you eat your puke. There's no way I'm listening to that. Absolutely. But I come to find out years later that the Doors just type of music that just want you to take like trips and acid and all that stuff. They don't want you to eat puke. All right, Jim and the boys. All righty, we are back here in the second hour. It is October 22nd in Clemville. All right, it's October 22nd in Clemville. Let me just move this over. And we have some birthdays to talk about. But before we get to birthdays, I want to talk about your birthday. If it's your birthday, I'm wishing you a happy birthday. A very, very happy birthday. Healthy birthday. Health is wealth. I believe me, you know that. The older you get, the more you appreciate health. When you're 8 years old, you don't want your parents to tell you, son, you're healthy, happy birthday. But when you're 57, if that's all my wife turned around and said, baby, healthy, happy birthday, and gave me a kiss, I'd be happy with that. Health is wealth, believe me. So I wish you health, and obviously, go play the lotto. You know the story we talked about yesterday when we did Clem Bayah. A guy bought a ticket. His mom said, go buy a ticket. He bought a ticket. $10 million scratch off he won. $6,122,050. All right. Oh, that was $6 million. You can talk about, I would be the $6 million man. I would go out and buy these like pimp suits. I'm telling you. And oh my God, you don't even know this $6 million cruising my pink minivan, going out and buying pimp style suits with the feathered hats. $6 million man. That's what I would be. All right. Famous birthdays. Let's get to it. Your birthday again. Celebrate it today. It's the weekend. No better day to have a birthday than on a Friday. Taking it into the weekend. All right. Here we go. I see nothing so far. Toby Mac, he's a rapper. I thought he was a country singer. Isn't Toby Mac a country singer? I mean, what do I know? I don't know much, but I can't play that right now because it's, you know, it's this segment. I don't play that now. Shaggy. I know Shaggy. Shaggy's a rapper. He had that song. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yeah, so that was like his one-hit wonder, Shaggy. He is 52. Happy birthday. Let's see. Not a lot. Baby CEO. He passed away when he was 21. I never heard of Baby CEO. But I'm not in the rap game. Boxer Deontay Wilder, who, by the way, just lost the trilogy against Tyson Fury, but I think cemented himself as one of the great boxers in his time, as well as possibly one of the maybe one of the greatest trilogies up there, with that of like, you know, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier or George Foreman, if they fought. I don't even know if they fought 3 times, but I know Frazier they did. All right, so Deontay Wilder, happy 35th birthday. This guy got into boxing while working 2 jobs to support his daughter, who has like some sort of disability. They didn't have the money. Something was with her. I don't know. Ronald said was wrong with her, but she had some sort of issue. And I respect this guy when I heard that story. Like, he kept his jobs. He started getting boxing, small fights, $100, $200, $800, and then worked his way up to championship fight, $20 million, $40 million, whatever he gets, man. God bless him, man. I like that. And we're not all perfect. He's got some issues, but you know what? Respect. All right, what else we got? Christopher Lloyd. You know Christopher Lloyd. I mean, playing Jim in Taxi, Doc Brown, and Back to the Future. I mean, great actor. He is how old? 82, getting up there. See, that's the difference. He looks 82. Brian Avenue Bob don't look 82. He looks 89. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. Brian Avenue Bob tonight, 6 to 8, taking your calls at 7. He don't look a day over 72. All right, let's see what else. What other famous birthdays we got? All right, nothing. I'm going to go quickly. Ron, it's your birthday. I'm not doing what national day is. I'm skipping over that. We got our guest coming on at 4:20. Ron, it is your birthday. Ron is Clemaniac, king of Clemaniacs when it comes to the games. I mean, we have some great ones and whatnot, but that being said, Ron, owner of a medal and absolutely one of the true Clemaniacs, contributors to every show we've ever had. So it's an honor to wish Ron a happy birthday. Let's go to our next birthday shout out. Everybody knows Oliver, who, by the way, we're going to be upgrading his segment, trying to get him a viewing as well as talking. So we'll be working on that. That's a project this weekend. But our man Oliver, it's not his birthday. Don't worry. Don't worry. We would have celebrated that Monday and whenever. But nope. It's his cousin, Michael Blanco's birthday. The big guy's 11 years old. The big 1-1, double ones. Now, Michael, he's a basketball fan, big basketball fan, likes the Nets. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, hey, with or without Kyrie, I mean, the Nets are going places. And so is Michael. Michael, from the guys here at the radio show, from your cousin Oliver, who does his segment Mondays, Updates with Oliver at 4:20, all of us wishing you a very happy birthday. The big 11. All right, have a great birthday today, buddy. Have a great birthday weekend and a great year ahead. Another trip around the sun. And keep being great, all right? I stole that from Obi. He signed it on a kid's shirt, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm going to steal that, but I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. Quick break. When we come back, we will have on our guest, Patricia Stark, talking about confidence. We'll be right back.
Hudson Valley News, informative programs, and your favorite music. We're Radio Unscripted, AM 1700, WRCR, and WRCR.com.
We all want to live healthier lives and make good decisions. Join me, Carrie Potter, on the second Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. Series brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Each show will feature a different health topic and specialist. Your calls and questions are welcome. That's the second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. for house calls. Brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
Welcome to WRCR 1700 on your AM dial. I am Sonia Burgos Cranage, an attorney with the law firm of Sickle and Hicks, located in Suffern, New York. I will be your host on the third Thursday of the month at 9:30 in the morning, and it will be Senior Moments with Sonia. Yes, the third Thursday, Senior Moments with Sonia. Our firm is reaching out to the senior community in Rockland County because many of the senior groups cannot interact in person with speakers. Protect yourself and protect your assets through legal documents. And I hope you join us on the third Thursday of Senior Moments with Sonia.
Are you concerned about water quality, recreation activity, fishing, boating, swimming, or about water quality and availability of drinking and safe use? Is flooding a bigger issue? Then tune in the second Thursday of every month for the Stormwater Consortium radio show at 9:30 a.m. on WRCR with your host, Michael Wilson. The show is sponsored by the Stormwater Consortium of Rockland County and Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rockland County. Discuss these issues, many others that relate to stormwater, runoff, and water quality.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas, and I invite you to join me Saturdays at noon for The Good with Kevin Thomas. We'll have positive and inspiring stories, music, interviews, and so much more. Give your weekend a boost and listen to The Good with Kevin Thomas. Saturdays at noon on WRCR AM 1700.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. Stop and go volume. Down from Boston Road to Cross County Parkway. More delays on the Hudson Street. You've got southbound delays also from 287 to 87 Tarrytown down from 100. 7 also slow from Bloomingdale Road to Westchester Avenue. Traffic is building westbound side of 287 Westchester Avenue Road. Expect some delays also on the Westchester at North State Road due to an accident. Expect late. Traffic is sponsored by Bell, the Cantina Crispy Melted Gel made from white corn and a hidden layer of real pepper jack. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco at participating U.S. for limited. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Amy.
Weather for tonight, mostly cloudy with the low around 48 degrees. For Saturday, a 20% chance of showers before 2 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the high near 59. For Saturday night, partly cloudy with the low around 42. For Sunday, mostly sunny with the high near 60 degrees. Monday, a 30% chance of showers before 2 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the high near 57. And for Tuesday, a 50% chance of showers, otherwise cloudy with the high near 56. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature.
Perfect weather for soccer practice. That's where I'm heading after the show. But for now, we are going to get our guest on, who I've been anxious to talk to. I started reading her book, haven't been able to get through the whole thing because I just got it this week. Patricia Stark, welcome to the CLEM and the PM, WRCR AM 1700. How are you doing today? And thank you for coming on to our show.
I am doing great, Pete, and thank you so much for having me. I've been looking at some of your previous interviews with some authors and catching up on your program, and I love your show. So happy to be here.
Well, I'm just like myself, my show, we're all over the place, but I am honored when we have someone of your expertise. You have something obviously to offer more than some of the silly things we do here in the afternoon. Just try to relieve people of some stress. And I believe actually what you've done with your book also relieves people of stress and anxiety, which is a big part of our show, dealing with mental health and illness and anxiety being very common amongst people. I think your book aims to do that as well. So before we get to the book, Confidence, the book you wrote, let's talk about Patricia Stark first. I know you did have a little gig here on WRCR. You've done a lot of things. Talk to our audience about the journey of Patricia Stark and how she got to this point, becoming an author.
Absolutely. So I'll try to make it not go on forever because it was a long journey, but I graduated with a degree in journalism and communications and did my internships at places like MTV back in the day and TKR Cable, which later became Cablevision here in Rockland County. I did have a show on WRCR a few years ago that I created called Inside and Out with Patricia Stark, where it talked about pretty much what I had in the book about internal and external communication skills and confidence, and had on guests. But I started my career in front of the camera working in broadcasting. I was a Channel 12 news anchor up in Connecticut for a while. I've done international news for a Turkish station. I've had some stints on regular news, but my love and the spot that kept coming back to me was a lot of medical news and health and wellness news. I worked for MDTV as an anchor for over 10 years. I did some things with Prevention Magazine and different hospitals in the area. So, health and wellness always was at the passion, of the root of a lot of what I like to do. And at one point, I did a lot of corporate media also for different corporations. And I was up at KPMG near Rockland here in northern New Jersey. And I was doing something on camera for them, like a news magazine type show. And some of the executives came down to work in front of the camera, and they were just really struggling. You know, they're trying to be interviewed or talk directly to the camera or whatever it may be. And I just started helping coach them through it so that we weren't all working till midnight. And they called me about a week later and said, that worked really well. Would you ever, come back and coach some of our presenters for both, their speaking engagements and working in front of the camera and the media? And that was really the first time I came up with the idea for my company, Patricia Starr Communications, where I would help people deal with media training and public speaking skills.
So that was the seed that, they planted it and you grew it from there.
Exactly. It was funny because I knew what I could work with people based on the work that I had done. I knew how to interview people. I knew what made a good guest. I knew what made someone look relaxed and comfortable and confident in front of the camera or in front of a room speaking. But from there, people would just ask me, well, do you do this? Do you coach people for this? Anything that was related to communications, I would just say yes first, and then I'd call somebody and figure out, okay, how am I going to do this and help these people? So the business definitely grew in a lot of different directions, more than I first imagined it would.
Now, you started out the interview saying, how you graduated college, but in your book, it said you were kind of an introvert growing up, even through college. So how were you able to yourself navigate through the introvert Patricia Stark to get to the point where you can now personally, you're in somewhat of demand and request. People are now looking for you to help them navigate, become better communicators, better people.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you asking that because that, I think, really is the deeper foundation of why I wanted to write this book and do the training that I do. When I was younger, I was really shy. I couldn't raise my hand in class without feeling the sweat pouring down the sides of my body. I would have to bring somebody up to the lunch line with me. I can remember I knew that I would, let's say, for instance, we read a book, and I loved everything about the book, and I really wanted to join the discussion. But my heart would pound so much, and I'd have this outer body experience feeling that I couldn't participate, and that would really affect my grades. I was very self-conscious. It was really tough, and that followed me into college. I was a little bit better as I got a little bit more mature, but I can remember going to college, and I took a business class, and I found out that we were going to have to give a presentation in front of the room. And I'm like, well, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't a public speaking class. And it was about the stock market of all things, which I really knew nothing about. I remember my father at the time helping me work through the presentation. And he had told me a story about the origin of the term bulls and bears. And apparently it's because when they fight, a bull swats down and a bear uses its horns to swap, to hit upwards. So that's an up market and a down market. So I can remember being in class, and I had a pretty tough teacher, and I was dying 1,000 deaths before I was going to walk up and be in front of this room. And I got up there, and I remember thinking, thank God there's a podium here, because I was wearing boots, and I was literally shaking in my boots. And I remember I got through the presentation horribly, but I did include that story. And I sat down after I was done, just wallowing in my sorrow, thinking I am going to fail this. This is pitiful. And at the end of class, everybody had kind of milled out. The teacher comes running up to me, smiling, which I never saw this woman do. And she said, I just have to talk to you. I never knew that story about the origin of the bull and bear comment of that saying. And I learned something today, so thank you so much. And I think that my jaw must have dropped on the floor because I was shocked. I thought she was coming up to tell me what a bad idea, about a bad job I had done. So that was my first real kind of lesson in, if you give something of value, if you're giving something away that people can benefit from or learn from, and you try to focus on them and benefiting and being of service to them, you kind of get the spotlight off of yourself in your own mind, that you can get through things like that. And I just kept putting myself in situations where I would get desensitized. And then, of course, I discovered their communications and on-camera program, and I literally just worked through the fear over and over and over again until it didn't freak me out as much. And I think that's the biggest problem with communicating in public for people. And by the way, all speaking is public speaking unless you're doing it by yourself. If you're just talking to yourself, I mean, we communicate every day, but we just either, hear horror stories, have our own horror stories, or we build this whole thing up in our head and put such a high price on it because it's not something we do every day. If you were a shy person but you wanted to become a teacher in the front of a room and you really cared about teaching, eventually you'd work through it and know that you're up there to help the students, and you'd get over it. But I think the biggest problem with being in the spotlight or speaking or interview skills for a job or anything is we don't do it every day, and we put such a high price on it, and that's why people are terrified of it.
We are talking to Patricia Stark, the author of Confidence, which we will be giving a book away. You do have we're going to get into the book, but you do have a book signing coming up right in our backyard. Just speak to that so our listeners, if they don't get the book tonight, where they can come out, meet you in person, maybe get a signed book copy.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up. So it's going to be Thursday, October 28th, starting at 6 p.m., going for, a couple of hours, however long we are going to be there. Luckily, if we get a good little crowd there. But it's at Books and Greetings, which is 271 Livingston Street in Northdale. And Kenny is the owner there. And poor Kenny, I've been haunting Kenny for the last 3 or 4, maybe even longer years, telling him, someday, Kenny, someday I'm going to get this book finished. And I would love to have my dream come true of you having a book signing here for me. And he always said that he would, and he's graciously made good on his promise, and that's where it's going to be. But one thing I wanted to quickly point out, and I know that we're going to get more into the book, but I'm hearing it too, and a lot of people hear it. When you say the title of the book, people hear confidence. We all think, yeah, I know what confidence is, but the important thing here is that I've changed that word and created a new word that I trademarked called confidence. So when I recorded the audio version of the book, which is actually going to be out on audible.com on Monday, the 25th, I had to, as I was saying it, say it uniquely and differently so that people wouldn't hear confidence, that they would hear confidence.
I will stress that, confidence. And you know what it is? I talk very fast, so I have to slow down. But to be honest with you, I've already noticed I read up to page, wait up, I got my thing right here, my bookmark. I'm up to just a crummy day confidence. Page 69 is what I'm up to. My kids, they were in my gym playing volleyball inside my gym. I got some expensive stuff on the walls. Normally I'd go in there, what are you guys doing? I walked in there calmly and I spoke to them confidently and I got my point across and they left happily. And I attribute it to just recently reading your book and it having somewhat an effect on me. So confidence is basically a comprehensive guide to improving communication in any social interaction. You, the expert who have worked with not just people like myself, normal Joes. I mean, you've worked with CEOs of big companies, celebrities, sports figures, models. I mean, people who really you would think, wow, they have confidence, they have the aura or whatnot, but those are some of the most insecure people, people with anxiety, stress and whatnot. So you've been around a lot of successful people who are flawed just like us, and you've got the experience. So how did you come to this confidence? And I'm glad you trademarked it, because once you start reading the book, it's like, wow, you're on. I said to myself, Patricia is onto something. This could be huge. Like when you accept the word confidence and all that it means. And I'm only on like I said, just about to page 70. So there's a lot more that I'm going to get out of the book. How did this come to you, the confidence?
Yes. So when I first started having the idea of wanting to be an author, this was like 2007. I went out to California to a book writing conference just to get the idea. And initially I thought I was going to write a book for people that were going to be in the media or for people that wanted to get better at public speaking. And as I started writing the book over the years, and it took me quite some time because I couldn't focus on it full time because of my work and family and so many other things, and probably a little bit of the imposter syndrome of thinking, who the heck am I to even write a book? Who's going to listen to me? But I realized that all of my clients and students had two things in common. And everybody wants to be confident, whether it's on a job interview or getting up in front of a room, whether it's a big speech or just in front of a small, conference room, or going on a job interview, or being in front of the camera, which so many of us have to do these days, whether we're trying to promote our business or just do a Zoom meeting or whatever it may be. And I realized that same theme kept coming up. They wanted to be confident, but they wanted to find their calm. And you can be confident, you can be an outgoing person, but you can still experience anxiety. And especially when you're in a stressful situation, doing something that you haven't done before or that you don't do on a normal basis, or growing and becoming something that, you're feeling like, oh gosh, can I really do this? Are people going to, trust me or think that I'm good at this or whatever it may be? So then it dawned on me that this is what everybody wants. We all want to be confident in our choices and in our goals and taking care of our family, and we have to communicate every single day, and there's a lot that can rattle us, especially, gosh, God knows after the last year and a half that we've had, but even dealing with like an irate contractor or a confrontational phone call or family members at the holidays that we don't see, and everybody's got a different opinion these days about everything. So there's so much that can make those two things become a magical combination. When you can feel like you trust yourself and you are confident in that, and that you have ways to calm yourself down, center yourself where you can think straight, now you really can be in good hands with yourself when you show up like that, and other people feel like they're in good hands with you. And isn't that really what we want from our doctor, our airplane pilot, our dog walker, babysitter, coach, or whatever? Don't we want to feel like we're in good hands with someone? I don't know about you, but if I get on a plane and the captain of the plane, he or she, doesn't look calm, cool, and collected, confident, all of those things, I'm probably getting off the plane, because I'm not going to trust going up in the air with this person. And then that's an extreme example, but I think it's something that we look for in leadership and in people that we want to trust and that we need to take care of things for us. And it works both ways. We want to be able to take care of the people we love and care for and work with, and to be able to show up with both calm and confidence is good for us and good for the people around us.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can obviously have confidence, but irrational, indecisive, whatever the case may be, the list goes on. I think the calm, demeanor, you think better, you're more collective with your thoughts, and you're just going to operate better. So the confidence, I want to stress that, not confidence, confidence. We're talking to Patricia Finn. I saw some people jumping on the YouTube. I am putting the book right now in your face. It's going to be available at the end of the show. Someone will win one of these books from Patricia. Patricia, we have to go to a quick break. We'll make it quick. Stay on hold. We got a lot more to talk about here on the CLEM and the PM with Patricia Stark. We'll be right back.
Traffic, weather, and music. 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
You remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? They're back. Hi, everybody. This is Bryant Avenue Bob Trevero. I'll be hosting the Do-Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM, streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard. Once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. Just say it, and I'll play. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do-Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRCR.
Running out of faith? Then stop by for a service. Don't forget to tune in to Faith Unscripted, a brand new show dealing with the big questions about God, faith, and you. Hosted by Clarkstown Reformed Church's own Pastor Rich. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. only on WRCR, AM 1700.
Hello, this is John Wicks. As the leaves begin to turn and Mother Nature gives us her color show, time to prepare for the upcoming storms. Soon the leaves will be gone and winter is coming. Ice and snow can wreak havoc with trees. Now is the time to prepare before the onset. Here at Wicks Arborists, we are trained to assess trees and look for potential problems before they happen. Visit us at wicksarborist.com or call us at 845-354-3400 before the snow begins. We offer a 10% discount on tree pruning and removals performed during the winter. Now is the perfect time to get your work scheduled and safe. Call us at 845-554-3400. Catch us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on our webpage, wicksarborist.com. Wicks Arborist, your property is...
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
This is Clarkstown Supervisor George Homan. Please join me for my monthly show, Hometown Happenings, which airs the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. We will take your calls, we'll have special guests, and update you about what's going on around town and in the county. So please join me, Supervisor George Homan, the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. for Hometown Happenings. You'll be happy that you did.
The Army National Guard.
My name is Cheryl Hatcher. I joined the National Guard because of September 11th. I wanted to make the difference in the world, and the Guard is a help to. It's amazing the support that we give to the community and that the community gives us. I had a drill sergeant who was just my inspiration. The camaraderie that you get from being Guard is unbelievable. That right there is enough to get you through and to make you go day by day. And if you were someone coming to me saying, I want to join the Guard, I would absolutely say it's one of the best decisions. We're going to give you your education. So there's no way of saying, I can't afford it. It's definitely an option. I'm absolutely. I take such pride in putting on my uniform. I love to put it on and know that I am out there doing something for the better. Hear the story about how the Guard changed my life at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
Sponsored by the New York Guard, by the New York State Broadcasters Association and this station.
You just heard that message, right? Well, someone, somewhere, is calling them up right now or planning to. Why not become them? Click on WRCR.com to make you them.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. Stop and go volume on the Hutch northbound from Boston Road to Cross County Parkway. More delays on the Hutch North Street. You've got southbound delays on from 287 to Wilma. 287 slow. Tarrytown bound from the 100. 7 also slow from Bloomingdale Road to Avenue. Traffic is westbound side of 287 Westchester Avenue Road. Expect some delays also on the Westchester Local down at North State Road due to an accident. Expect lane closure. Traffic is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melted Taco from shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real pepper jack. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco at participating U.S. for a limited time only. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Amy.
Weather for tonight, mostly cloudy with the low around 48 degrees. For Saturday, a 20% chance of showers before 2 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the high near 59. For Saturday night, partly cloudy with the low around 42. For Sunday, mostly sunny with the high near 60 degrees. Monday, a 30% chance of showers before 2 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the high near 57. And for Tuesday, a 50% chance of showers, otherwise cloudy with a high near 56. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And it's currently 5 degrees.
Those of you on YouTube and Facebook, check it out. Confidence. How to trust yourself, tame your inner critic, and shine in any spotlight. We are our hardest critic, are we not, Patricia?
We 100% are. We're all struggling with something, which is so important to keep in mind. As you said earlier, you kind of gave that laundry list of whether it's a famous athlete, celebrity, model, author, doctor, you name it. I've seen it all, and everybody has doubts and fears, and everyone experiences stress and anxiety. I mean, I've looked at the stats, and it's grown even more prevalent in the last couple of years. And I think that we all have heard of the inner critic, and you remember like those old commercials. Actually, I think there's a new one right now about the devil on one shoulder and the angel on another, and who am I going to listen to? Well, that's what we all battle with in our mind, but it's the inner critic on one side, which will talk at you and it's not very kind. And then you have the inner coach, though, inside of you, and we all do. And it's the way you would talk to a friend to help somebody through something, the way that you would coach someone or mentor someone, or think of the people in your life that really said things to you that made you feel better and made you feel that you could accomplish things. And we get to choose. Are we going to listen to the inner critic, or are we going to speak to ourselves as our own inner coach and encourage ourselves? And we can't do both simultaneously. I mean, studies show you cannot think negatively and positively at the same time. So it is a choice, and I try to help people tap into that inner coach, especially when they leave my room. I'm like, look, I can't go out there with you, but you've got the tools now. So listen to that inner coach and not the inner critic.
I could talk to you forever, really. I mean, you just obviously have a great vibe, positive. In the book also, you include opportunities for people to, engage, not just in the book reading it, but, writing, doing stuff, putting stuff down. You're giving them techniques and tools to incorporate not just in that moment while they're reading that book, but also in life, to make habits, to turn them into that person that you became through that time, through college and a little bit out of college, and took you to the person you are today. So your book is just not a good read, but it's also giving you, practical, it's like a little mini workshop.
That's what I was hoping. I definitely, through my journey, books were huge for me, and I have a huge, book shelf here.
I just want to tell you, I don't want to cut you off, but Patty, let me just say one thing. Books are not a big part of my life. They never have been. But when I like a book, I become engaged with it, and I really can't put it down. I just got this book in the middle of the night on Tuesday. I woke up Monday with a text that I got it. The only opportunity I had was to read it yesterday. And it's like you don't want to put it down because there's so much good content there and it becomes addictive. So I just want you to know that from someone who doesn't, my mind is all over the place. It bounces all over. Nothing keeps me interested except things I'm interested in. Your book is like a magnet. So, and that's not a paid endorsement or anything. I just want you to know that it's got great content in between the pages.
Well, thank you so much for that. I tend to bounce around too and then follow shiny objects and juggling 8 million things. And that was what I wanted it to be. I wanted to be reflective. I wanted people to be able to make notes in it, because that's what I've always done for books that have helped me over the years. Books have really helped me find my confidence, and that's what I wanted to do, to give back to people and have it be more of an experience and a reference. It's a book where there's going to be chapters in there. There's 4 different sections. So the first section is everyday confidence. What are confidence killers and what are boosters, and how can we take better care of ourselves, make ourselves feel stronger? And then the second part is resilience confidence. What do you do when bad stuff happens and you want to go hide your head under the covers? And how do you recoup and get through that? And then the third section is communication confidence. I talk about body language and facial expression and public speaking and interview skills. And then the last one is natural confidence. I have like all natural remedies, fun foods, and natural things that you can drink and eat and smell, and things that will help you bring your calm. And what I hope is that people will refer to it at different times in their life, it may not all apply to you at one time, but I kind of wanted it to be a guide like that.
Well, on that note, you put something in your book that really stuck to me. I'm 51 years old. I used to own a martial arts school, a fitness place. I believe in muscle memory. And when you put down that confidence is a muscle, it was like, boom, that hit me right there. And it in fact is. The more we do that things to develop the confidence, the more it becomes part of us and second nature.
Yes, we are programming our brain every single day, no matter how old we are. It's kind of like, I like to compare it to the autopilot on a plane, and I know I'm using another plane analogy, but this really resonated with me when I heard it. So apparently, to those who really know how planes work, a pilot can put in the directions into this autopilot, and that plane can land itself if it's programmed correctly. If that guy had a heart attack or a woman, and then for some reason their co-pilot was gone. So that's what our subconscious is. And it doesn't ask questions. It just accepts whatever we program it. So if we're saying, garbage in stuff, garbage out is going to come. If we're constantly telling ourselves negative things or worrying or, saying not nice things to ourselves, that's what our subconscious is going to remember. And that's where we're going to come from, this primitive place when we really need to be confident. It's going to be like, well, no, but you've been telling me this for so long. But we can reprogram it. And, people always say to me, well, what's one quick way that I can calm down? And I'll say, well, first and foremost, what you need to do is take a deep breath. And as you're breathing in slowly, you say, I'm breathing in calm and confidence. And you hold it. And then as you take out that slow exhale, say what you want to get out. I'm breathing out stress and anxiety. I'm breathing out worry. So you're actually visualizing getting this out of your system. And that's the things that really will trip us up. It's going to be, am I present? What's my body doing right now? Am I having that panic moment, that fight or flight? Am I visualizing all the things that can go wrong? And what's the story I'm telling myself? And is it true? And those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. So control your breathing and then say better things. And the more that you repeat better things to yourself, your subconscious is always listening. This is proven science. This is not like some new age hooey. Our subconscious brain, which always wants to protect us, and that's why we think worst case scenario, because that's what it's trying to do. It's like a little scared kid in the back of our mind. But if we keep saying, no, I've got this, and if it's not going to work out okay, I'll be okay. There was a study done by University of Pennsylvania with a whole host of students that studied worry. And the study showed that something like 93% of things that people actually worry about never come true. And for the small percentage of things that did come true, they actually reported that they were less upsetting than they actually had pictured. So we're really good at awfulizing and visualizing how things can go wrong, but we need to understand that that's a primitive place that our brain is trying to protect us, and we can counteract that.
Again, Patricia Stark, author of Confidence. There's so much in this book. Tell me, we're running out of time, but quickly tell me about the daily boosts and how that helps me obtain and maintain confidence.
Okay, I'll give you a couple of quick ones. So in the morning, check what I call your state of confidence. How are you waking up? Are you waking up with fear and dread? And are you looking at your phone? Are you panicking and you're running out of bed? Like, are you starting off on the wrong foot? So maybe as you get out of the bed, put one foot down and say thank, and put the other foot down and say thank you. Thank you for another day. Studies show that having gratitude, and I saw this on one of your Facebook pages, you had something up about gratitude. Gratitude is the one thing that can cancel anxiety. You literally can't be grateful and anxious simultaneously. So shoot for that. How are you launching into your day? Always check your focus. So we can be really inundated with bad news these days. Sure, we should be informed, but we don't have to be inundated. So focus on good things, positive things, solution-oriented things. If you're someone who's spiritual, studies show that prayer is a huge thing that can help. And if you're more spiritual, meditation. Prayer is a form of meditation. And then just check the price tag that you're putting on things. Is it really that big of a deal, or are you making it a big deal? And then just a couple of quick nature things that really help. Cherries are shown to lower cortisol levels and calm us. Same thing with bananas and pickles, believe it or not, any fermented foods. And then celery is a great one that, believe it or not, helps calm us. It hydrates us, and even helps that nervous stomach.
Do you
kind of
have that
thing.
in the
So,
book? Is that
there's a
stuff?
lot
Is
more.
that stuff in the book as well? Because I didn't get through the whole book yet, but is that also in the book?
Yes.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
the natural confidence section. Lots of goodies like that, and also exercises that I go through that can help you find the calm and confidence. And do we have time for me to include one more thing that I just found out about that I'm really excited about?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So when I created the book Confidence, I wanted to really create something that would enable people to have, this ability in these challenging moments to relieve stress and anxiety. So I've always wanted, along with the book, make something that was kind of a keepsake that people could access, that could be a reminder, almost like a touchstone or an item that they could, remind themselves right before a big moment or something that they're stressing out about. And I was recently introduced to this amazing natural jewelry designer here in the Hudson Valley. She's called Rutheny Jewelry, right over in Tarrytown. I think she has a couple of places over there. And I am collaborating with her. She is going to help me make a line that's going to be beautiful pieces of jewelry and different stones and different things that you can actually touch, that you can have as a keepsake. That, let's say, right before that big speech or interview, or you're stressing out about something, you can actually have a part of the book with you that you can physically handle and touch tangibly, that will hopefully remind you of all of the wonderful lessons that hopefully I hope that people learned in the book.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, when you read the beginning of this, when you start reading this book, you could see how far you could take this. And that is just one of the many directions you can go. Patricia Stark, we have to have you back on, obviously not to push the book, but just to get more of your insight, your knowledge, your experience, your vibe. I definitely will be reaching out to you to have you back on here on the CLEM and the PM. I wish you all the luck. Where can our listeners, is there a website they can go to? And once again, please let them know the book signing.
Yes, absolutely. So the book signing is at Books and Greetings on October 28th in Northvale, New Jersey at 6 p.m. The website is just like the book's name. It's confidencebook.com. So CALMFIDD. I'm going to spell it wrong. CALMFIDENCE, confidencebook.com. And it's also available on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. And I just appreciate so much you having me on, and I'd be thrilled anytime to come on and just talk about these concepts and anything that you want to chat about. It's all the training and coaching that I do, so I would love that opportunity.
It's all positive stuff, and that's what I try to engage my life in, is all positive stuff, and you definitely have a message and an impactful way. Patricia, have a blessed weekend, a lovely evening. Clemaniacs, you as well. I'm out of here. Doo-Wop Dream Machine at 6 o'clock. I'll see you Monday, God willing, at 3. All the love, and adios, Clemigos.